Alright, today Saturday, April 23. A customer, he brought stock turbos, his stock turbos, to put it back in stock. Okay, yeah, it's happening. Some people, they want to return back to stock, they want to sell the car, let us say, or whatever. Now, I informed this owner that the turbos, they're not in the best condition. I'm gonna show you and I'm gonna explain. I have also this housing, but also this housing is not in the best condition. Now, out of 4, I'm gonna choose 2 that are more healthy. For me, for my eyes, this housing, and this housing, and this housing, and this housing, it's not right, it's not correct, okay? All 4 of them, it's been cracked. There is crack. Again, we are not trying to sell something. This is for scrap. This housing is for scrap, this is for scrap, this is for scrap, and this is for scrap, alright? Just only the one that has less wear, I'm gonna use it. Just at least, you know, to don't have the owner to remove the engine and fix it again. Let me show you, just pay attention, I haven't touched the bolt, I never opened it. This is how I received it from the customer, alright? So I'm gonna show you the shaft here, that's for the wastegate, alright? Like this you cannot see, okay, but you can see here how much the movement, alright? And you can see on this one. This one is a little bit better than this one. If it makes sense what I'm saying. This for a stock application, it will gonna boost, it will not gonna have any problem. Starting the grinder, how lovely, the belt actually, yeah. That's from one side. Then, 1 second to see. It doesn't have any crack here, it does have any crack here. We're gonna see later on when I'm gonna open it both. This has a clean surface here, this one has these 2 marks here and it's not been cleaned. Alright, same thing also from this side. Here it's been cleaned, this is not been cleaned. You see the carbon, the gases, and here there's no gases. Alright, now from this side, once again, I'm gonna show you now. It's all over the place. Okay, if we come here, this one is a little bit better than this one. What I'm planning to do, I'm planning to open also the turbocharger, the front end of the turbocharger, the cold side and the cartridge, to separate it from the hot side, same thing from this side, and see which one is less cracked, because guess what, this is cracked, this is cracked, this is cracked, this is cracked. Alright, there is one here there, I have no clue, yeah, you can see actually. Alright, there is one here, there, on this one there is a here there, again. Alright, this one, it doesn't look like that has any crack from here, it looks nice, but if you pay attention here, there is a crack at this point. And there should be a crack on the housing, I think. I think that I saw here. Crack. It looks like it has a crack here at this point. Here, right here. Okay. I'm talking about not this crack here, I'm talking about this crack here. And from this side, once again, we see the inner crack there, and we have a crack also on the housing here and here. 1, 2, yeah, three cracks. One like this, horizontal, here vertical, and another one vertical here. When I'm gonna wash it, you're gonna see what I'm saying. Now, if this housing, see what's the problem now. The axles, the shaft here, the shaft here for the flap of the wastegate, it's in better condition in this one and this one. Like I said, for me, all 4 of them it's for scrap. It's just take it and throw it in the scrap. You can keep only the front piece. Now, let's open also the other one to see how much crack there is on this housing. And yeah, I hope and I wish that this to be more cracked than this one. It's for the simple reason because the shafts are better. Again, we're not trying to sell anything. Again, this is for scrap, this for scrap. We're not charging anything extra to the customer for this job. I just want to don't have any headache, and then you have to remove again the engine to take out the turbochargers. Wish me luck. Let me open it and we're gonna see that together. We're gonna make a mark. You want to make a mark to separate? Yes, one second. Okay. We're gonna make it like this. We don't care. We're gonna write number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. You cannot mix it up, just only for the video. Alright? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just to be clear. Okay, now we have 2 and 4, 1 and 3. Let's compare it side by side. Here we have a crack, classic. It starts from there up. Okay, and we have the same crack here. Don't ask me which one's worst. If this crack is worse than this crack, both of them has been cracked, and it won't gonna stay there. We're gonna continue cracking both of them. But like I said, which one was the one? This was the one with the. One second, just give me a second. Yes, okay. This has a better shaft here. All right. The wastegate has a crack there. On this one has a crack also there. Focus, stupid thing. It's been cracked there. I don't have no clue why it's not focusing there. This stupid thing. Will you? Sorry for the turbulence. There is one here, there. Okay. And there is also another one there. This has a little bit more crack than this one, but both of them are cracked. So I wish I can use this one. We're gonna see. Then from this side, this has a crack there, and this has a crack there. Alright, I didn't clean it. No, a mistake. This one from the back, Okay, and then this one. Yeah, this is much better than this. All right, it's cracked, obviously. Has a small crack here at this point. It starts. And this has here small crack. Yeah, it reminds me that it's not John, it's Johnny. Same shit, different day, right? And this one, when it's pulling the actuator, when it's pulling front to close it, it's leaving a gap. There is a gap here. Okay, on this one, there's no gap. Definitely this housing and this housing, it will gonna boost, it's gonna maintain 1 bar of boost. This housing, because the flap, it's not closing fully, you're gonna have a headache earlier than this. Yeah, so forget this, let's put this one, and good luck. I'm gonna clean also the housing. I'm not gonna touch the compressor wheel or the turbine wheel, just removing removing the gas, the carbon, let us say, that has here, removing all the carbon to be nice and clean, to align properly, to go in place, cleaning the housing front. I'm not opening the cartridge, I'm not opening the compressor wheel, and then putting it together. This is, what can I say? What can I say? If it was healthy, I'm not gonna have to do all this shit what I'm doing right now. That's what I have, and that's with what I have to work with. Is it? No, what it is what it is. Here has a crack. Who cares? Who cares? I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna show you how it looks like at the end before I close it, before I put it together. Okay, after washing, the housing is here. This is what you see there. It looks like sun blasted. This is because you should clean the air filters earlier. Same thing also there. You see that. See this? This is from the sun. It gets sun blasted. Okay, the housing. I remove the carbon that had here. Same thing from this side. That's the old one. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send a video to the owner, and I'm gonna tell him which one you want. This was the old one, yours. This is old one also, but it's not yours. Free of charge, both of them. Adjust degrees and clean the turbochargers before I install it. Okay, don't have a carbon to come. Okay, there's no problem. The cartridge is not gonna have any problem. Compressor wheel, turbine wheel, it's beautiful. It's not suffering. Fresh oil before you put the oil feed to have some lubrication inside for the first start. Now, the question is this housing or this housing? Let's see what he's gonna answer me. Or you know what? I'm gonna close with this housing. First I'm gonna send him a message. I'm gonna close with this housing, and whenever he replies to me, then I might go to this one. We're gonna see. All day, all day. And that's how the day looks like. Studs, gasket, the wastegate actuator that's nobody touched before, so don't have any headache with the tune. Block the oil feed, oil return. Same thing from this side. The rubber coupler here, the rubber piece here and here. The new gasket, same thing from this side. Okay. Ready for installation. When it comes the time, I'm gonna wrap it now behind the curtain. When it comes the time, I'm gonna install it. I have already informed the owner. If he does want this housing, I have the other housing, I throw it out. It's there. So if you want the other one, there is no problem. I'm gonna swap them. I'm gonna clean the other one, I'm gonna put them on. Alright. That's it for the turbos. Now, why they're cracking the turbos? It's very simple. Why it's cracking the cast iron? When you have sudden change of the temperatures, it's cracking. That means if you warm it up very fast, it will gonna crack. In a long term, let us say, if you start the car and it's cold and you start pushing the car and it's completely cold, you're gonna start creating cracks inside. Or if you warm it up so much, if you tune the car and you put 1.5 bar of boost and you spool the turbo faster and you create more back pressure and you increase much more the temperatures, it will gonna crack. They are cracking even a bone stock application. With a stock file, especially with the catalytic converters that they're holding much more pressure there, more temperatures, it can crack on a stock application. That's why it's very difficult to find healthy turbine housing or the exhaust side housing. It's not only the tuned cars. The tuned cars, they're gonna crack it faster and more. The stock cars are gonna crack it, but not that much and not that fast like the tuned cars. It depends also how you're driving the car. If you drive it normal and you're not boosting the car, you're never gonna crack, probably. If you're pedal to the metal, especially with a cold engine, it will gonna crack. That's what I have to say about the turbos. That's it. Thank you very much. Sorry, something for the end. This is not only for the specific turbos. All the turbos will gonna happen the same thing. Especially in direct injection engine, in the direct injection setup. This will gonna happen in any turbo. It's not because this is a Garrett turbo, by the way, okay? But this does mean that it's a design fault, let us say. If you warm it up properly and you're not pedal to the metal and you know how to use one machine, it will not gonna fail, or it's gonna fail later, let us say, after how many years? From this point of view. And like I said before, regarding this turbo setup, if you get these turbochargers, okay, and you go back in time, and you go back to 90s, and you saw these turbochargers, let us say, to the people who's fixing this engine, I don't want to mention any company or something, I'm not talking about the company of the turbocharger, I'm talking about the setup, how they have done this. If you go back to these guys that they designed this setup and you tell them, you know what, run a turbocharger like this, they're gonna start laughing at you. They're gonna tell you this is impossible. This is stupid idea, and this is when you're desperate and you want to turbocharge your car, you're gonna choose this thing. That's gonna be compact, you're gonna put it on, and that's it, and you're gonna call it a day. Alright, yes, it makes performance, but if we didn't have this kind of ECUs nowadays, this thing is not gonna be possible. And I'm stopping there.